Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn from Jessica Lynn Original. Don't forget to subscribe. We'd love to have you join us. So today I am going to use a stamp set from 3 Room Studio. Sandy was on my show a couple of weeks ago, which is behind the card. We are in the process of kind of changing gears with that show. It will be returning next year in 2021. A little bit of a different format, but I'm really excited about it. We had to make some adjustments based on guests and situations, so kind of has become the 2020 norm, I suppose. So when Sandy was on the show, I was talking to her and she showed me this stamp set. The first thing my brain said was, oh, it looks like Rapunzel. Now this stamp set is called Yay, and I will link it down below so if you want to take a look. And I am so happy with the way this turns out. So we're going to be making 2 cards today. The first card I'm going to do my Rapunzel version. Second card I'm going to make it a little more traditional. Now, one of the things I like to do when I make cards is I will find scraps of paper that I have at my desk and I try and be resourceful with them. So you can see I'm just going to go ahead and stamp a bunch of her so that we're ready to go. I know a lot of my guests will do this and then they'll actually take it with them to work or take it with them wherever they go. I know Marcia does some of that. And I love it. I love this. So I took my black ink pen and during the show I had told her it looks like Rapunzel to me. And so I drew the hair and wait until you see the results. It really screams Rapunzel. Now, I'm not going to change her clothes into a Rapunzel dress. A lot of people go to Disney or on vacation to Disney and they dress in clothing inspired by the characters, which is so cute. And so I thought, you know, we'll park bound, if you will, our Rapunzel. And from here, we're going to go ahead and get her all colored in, cut out, and then we'll go ahead and make a card with her. As an artist, I love being able to embellish and kind of build up, but I think what I love was that I was able to start with a stamp base and then add features and characters to it to make my card a little bit different than the other ones, but you can definitely tell they're all still related. Sandy, I just want to say I love this set. So from here, the next thing we're going to do now that we have her all drawn is we are going to take it over to my brother's scan and cut. Now I don't have die cuts for this. I know that Sandy has die cuts for some of her sets, so definitely take a look at that. I use my brother's scan and cut because it will actually scan in the piece of paper. And what I like is that it's really resourceful with saving paper. You can see that had a huge piece cut out of it. And basically what I do is I scan it in and it will read through the document like a scanner. It will find the edges of all of my images. They look so cute sitting there. And what they'll do is you'll see it'll turn it into a little image on my screen. And see how it perfectly finds the lines or the outer edge? I love that because now it kind of does like a die cut and I could stamp like a whole 12 by 12 page of images and I could stack them nice and tight and then cut them all out at the same time. So if I wanted to say, maybe I'll do that sometime. Maybe I'll find a full sheet of paper, stamp it up completely, and then I'll go ahead and do that. Now you can see I did decide this time I don't want it flush right up against the lines. I want a little 0.04 edge all the way around. So we're going to go ahead and accept that. And what it'll do is just cut them all out for me. And here's how they look. I love it. So adorable. They look so cute. They look like sisters. Just because they look a little different, but yet still very similar. So, oh, I have another idea now. See, that's the fun part about card making. You can talk through something and all of a sudden, now I'm just doing a voiceover, but all of a sudden, even after I'm done doing this, I had a whole nother idea of what I want to do. So, another card's coming. So I'm going to go ahead and color this in. I do love layering Copics. I will fast forward through this because if I left it as long as it took, we'd be at about a 20-minute color. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy the Copic coloring, and the next steps will be to start building our card. I love coloring together. Like sometimes I'll actually cut out all of my images and then do it all right there. Now, one thing I have a real, I don't know, I have a thing for is that I have to have the right paper. So I know you've probably heard me say before, I have literally a full-size cabinet that people use for like storing food of paper. I don't know. It's just the thing I do. So with this, I like to always try and find the right paper. And the Rapunzel and that white tree, oh, perfect. All right. I found the little tag. It was in this book of paper that I got. And this one I got from Michaels. I've had it for a couple of years, so I don't even know if they offer it anymore. But I really like the red. I think that that's going to be her background. I kind of wanted to shy away from red because she's wearing red and her hair's kind of reddish brown. But I think it's going to be the right way. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to layer up that cardstock on the back. And again, I'm just going to toss that red down. I love that it has some brown wood grain. It gives it just enough of a pattern, but not too much. In that stack, it had a whole bunch of Christmas tags, so I didn't even have to do anything for this tag. It's probably the easiest card I've made in a while. And what I loved was that it was already punched, and the "'Tis the Season to Be Jolly" was already all sequined and sparkled up, or all like glittered up. So I think that looks great. And again, sometimes cards don't have to be that crazy. You know, her shoes had to be red. They originally were gray, and then I decided they had to be red, and later I'm actually going to add some glitter pen so they will look like Dorothy's shoes. I have to. They just need to be. So again, one of the things I do love is foam risers. So I'm going to just give it some dimension. Again, just a super easy, simple card that, you know, it looks so cute. And this would be perfect to give to one of your good girlfriends or one of your friends. Maybe toss in a small little gift card for them or something. You know, you can toss in a gift card for 3 Room Studios so that they can make a card like this, or maybe a JessicaLynnOriginal.com gift card. Either one would be great. Obviously Amazon or anything as well. Target. Kind of reminds me of like a Target. Maybe it's because of the red. But again, here is that super easy card, and again, what I love is being able to build these sort of assembly line, but I was never a fan of making, like for swaps or anything, like 6 identical cards. I never could do it. So if I would join card swaps, I literally would end up doing this, where I'd send 6 different cards, because I love being able to create original one-of-a-kind that will not be recreated. So, and then I was flipping through the paper and I saw this green pine trees, and I was like, done. So we're gonna put that as the background for Rapunzel, and then wait until you see what I'm gonna cut out. This is gonna be cool. Saved onto my brother's ScanNCuts. Surprise, surprise, it's a Mickey Mouse head, right? So I want to show you something kind of cool you can do with your brother's ScanNCut. If you have a little scrap of paper, you know, that you're like, I know I want to be able to use this little sheet of paper and I want to cut out a shape. Your brother's ScanNCut will let you do what they call a scan paper. And you can see that little blue box? That's what I clicked. Now let me show you. See how there's that little blue scanny icon? That's what I clicked to scan the paper. Then I can go in, adjust the size. Hold on, let me just do this. Hard to hold the phone and adjust it. Sorry about that. So what I love is that if you have paper with something very specific, like a picture or a pattern or something that you want it to cut out, you can actually line it up wherever you need it. So see how if I wanted more of the tree, I could slide it over. Whatever I want. Then I'm going to go ahead and say, you know, I like where it is. I'm going to cut it out. Now watch how cool this is. I love this. It's probably one of my favorite features. No, I have a lot of favorite features of the Brothers ScanNCut, but it definitely is one of the top ones. Just because I have cut out photos before. I've also cut out like princess paper where there's a specific princess in an area and I want her cut out for things for my kids. But look how cool that is. I adjusted it the way I wanted it. So love that. And look how cool, surprise! Guess what I cut out? No biggie, right? So again, I just wanted to go ahead and add a little bit of my favorite in there. And when I started to put it down, I said, you know, what would the girls I've interviewed do? What would the people I know on Instagram do? And I'm like, we're going to add a little bit of an edge right around that green. And I decided to go with a new color called Mauve Lawn. And I'm just going to touch the edges around it just to give it something a little bit more. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, if you've never done this, and everybody except for me apparently has, obviously, you know, put paper down below, start there, circle in, work your way. Don't start right on it because it'll make it a big mess. Not that I've done that before, but I love it. Just enough. Plus, I figured with the green behind it, it's almost like I've got lights behind it. So I'm just gonna clean that off. And again, we're just gonna kind of figure out what looks good. And I am so happy with this. We're gonna commit that Mickey down. There we go. And I did put them kind of top so that I had room for the green to show. I want Rapunzel off on the right hand side because I'm trying to build these cards like sister cards where they're very similar, but just to show you how different when you take different elements, you know, whether it be a different background, different tag, different shape, color, whatever, how much of a difference it really can make, although they still feel very cohesive. So I didn't have a Christmas sentiment, so I went digging through what I have, and I decided to use one of ours. Jessica Lynn Original has a stamp set called Operation Snowball, and in there it has these really cute snowballs with little faces. It has adorable Brentwood dressed like a reindeer, and there is a sentiment in there that says, "Believe in the magic." And I thought, you know, with like Disney magic, Christmas. Yeah, I thought, you know what? Exactly. Now, one of the things that sort of is exciting to me about that stamp set is that there's a lot of my personal handwriting. So you can see like the "believe," obviously that's not my handwriting, but the "in the magic" with the exclamation point, that's my handwriting. So it's kind of cool because it almost looks handwritten. And I think that'd be so much fun for somebody who's making a card because it just feels a little more personable. Now, I did find my glitter pens, which, hooray, or as the stamp said, yay. And what I did is I just went and added silver snowflakes only in the Mickey. And it was funny because my daughter saw that and said, "Mom, you only added snowflakes in the Mickey." So she caught on immediately without me even saying anything. I like it, just adds a little bit of sparkle. And then we're going to go ahead and again put Rapunzel up on foam risers. And at the end, I'm going to go ahead and just glitter her up just a little bit more. I am just so happy with how they both turned out. They look so adorable. Again, thank you, Sandy from 3 Room Studio. I love the way they turned out. I already know there's going to be more. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe down below. Like this, comment which one's your favorite. Again, my name is Jessica. I'm the owner of JessicaLynnOriginal.com. Merry Christmas, everybody.